Spire owner Jeff Dickerson admits Justin Haley's team has not met expectations this year, and will Kaulig Racing be the first to team up with Ram trucks? How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. In case you missed it, earlier today I posted a new episode of Power Hour, my podcast with Brennan Poole. You can watch it right here on YouTube. It includes the full Corey Haim interview. You can also listen to Sour Power Hour wherever you get your podcast. Those links are down in the description below. We've got some news, some quotes to react to today. First up, Truck Series driver Jack Wood will not race at Richmond this weekend. His team will not enter the number 91 McAnally-Hilgeman Racing Chevrolet. Jack Wood was injured in a crash at Watkins Glen this past Friday night. Blew a tire, I believe, in the S's, hit the outside guardrail hard. He was able to get out of the truck and walk to the ambulance under his own power, but clearly lingering effects from that crash will keep Jack Wood out of the seat this weekend. Terrible news. Jack is 19th in Truck Series points, 24 years old. Hopefully he's able to make a speedy recovery. Next, let's talk realistic rumors with a sprinkle of speculation. Kaulig Racing is in a tough spot. While AJ Allmendinger has shown flashes, their Cup Series program hasn't been amazing this year. They introduced 2 rookie drivers to their Xfinity Series program this year, and I'll show you this graphic from a couple weeks ago. It has not gone well. This is easily Kaulig's worst Xfinity Series season in years. Winless still. Recently, the team released driver Josh Williams mid-season, which, while unfortunate, something had to change. They put Carson Hocevar in that seat at Iowa a couple weeks ago, and immediately Carson ran 6th. They put Michael McDowell in the car at Watkins Glen, and he was running top 5 when he got crashed. They've got Justin Haley set to run that car at Daytona next week. He's a 4-time Super Speedway winner, so they're putting Cup Series guys, experienced guys in that seat to try and diagnose the problem. Again, tough decisions had to be made, but at least Kaulig is acknowledging there's a problem. With some of these Cup guys and veterans getting some seat time, hopefully they can identify specific issues. But now there's chatter that Kaulig Racing could be downsizing their Xfinity Series program to then open up a Truck Series team with new manufacturer Ram Trucks. Team president Chris Rice was on SiriusXM radio yesterday and seemed to suggest that the Truck Series may be in the team's future. Then, reporter Adam Stern, Sports Business Journal, pulled a Chris Rice quote and posted, amid industry rumors that Kaulig is a potential option for Ram/Stellantis, Chris Rice told SiriusXM, I think everybody in the garage has talked to Ram. I think everybody has had a conversation with those guys. That may be true, but that reads like deflection. Look, there's smoke here. Kaulig, Ram, trucks, something's brewing. Whether the partnership ever gets finalized, comes to fruition, that remains to be seen. Look, call me cynical, but I'm not super confident currently in Ram's NASCAR plan. Let's look at the timeline. Ram Trucks, a few months ago, announces they're coming back to NASCAR next year. Great. Made it part of a whole advertising campaign. Rah, America, we're back. The Hemi is back. Less than a year after the Hemi was discontinued, so that's a pretty sudden, huge pivot. They make the Truck Series announcement, but don't announce any teams. In fact, CEO Tim Kuniski openly says they're looking for teams. Then, in an interview with Kevin Harvick, Kuniski says they didn't know what a charter was until they were far along in their talks to return to NASCAR.
That was a wake-up call, so that's making us slow down a little bit and figure exactly how we're going to do that.
Look, if you're a new OEM or a returning OEM, trucks are a great place to start. They've got their own identity. You don't have to worry about charters. You don't have to build your own engine. But Stellantis has said that the goal is to go Cup racing in the next couple of years. And when I think about teams that could make that possible, Kaulig Racing does make some sense. Bringing this back to Kaulig. Kaulig Racing right now, bottom of the totem pole at Chevrolet. Even their Xfinity Series program now is kind of struggling. So what do they have to lose? Ram, Stellantis may not have the most well thought out 5-10 year NASCAR plan, but a team like Kaulig may be willing to take that risk anyways. The other multi-car cup teams like Trackhouse, RFK, Legacy, they don't want to be the guinea pigs. They want to see a proof of concept. Trackhouse may not be the top Chevrolet team, but they're still going pretty good right now. 2 of their drivers have wins, are in the playoffs. They're in a pretty good spot. And remember, the last time a new manufacturer entered the Cup Series, it was Toyota back in 2007, and they struggled out the gate. But once they built a notebook and then partnered with Joe Gibbs Racing, they took off, and the rest is obviously history. If Ram/Stellantis is going to partner with an existing team, Kaulig Racing may not be the biggest, may not be the best, but considering their position, they may be positioned to take such a risk. Again, I'm not sure how much Kaulig really has to lose right now when you look at their Cup and Xfinity Series performance. Don't forget, Ty Norris is an executive at Kaulig now. He knows a thing or two about building a race team, and shoot, was he at Michael Waltrip Racing when they first joined with Toyota, new OEM? I think he was. He's brought a new manufacturer into NASCAR before. He could do it again. Yeah, of all teams in the Cup Series right now, Kaulig Racing being willing to hitch their wagon to Stellantis for the next few years, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense the more I think about it. We will keep following that story as it develops. A couple weeks ago, Jordan Bianchi reported for The Athletic that Justin Haley was on the hot seat. This is his first full season in the Spire Motorsports number 7 Cup car. Originally, he was going to be partnered with Rodney Childers and other members of the Stewart-Haas number 4 team. That didn't last. As we now know, 9 weeks into the season, Rodney Childers out, the car chief out, and the pit crew swapped. There were a ton of early season changes around that car, and since then, Justin Haley has struggled to keep up with his Spire Motorsports teammates. Haley is 30th in the regular season points, while teammates Carson Hocevar and Michael McDowell are 20th and 22nd respectively. Now, over the past few weeks, Justin Haley has run a little better, couple of top 15 finishes, but has he done enough to cool off that number 7 seat? Spire Motorsports co-owner and co-founder Jeff Dickerson was on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio this week. Shout out to Dustin Long, NBC, for transcribing, compiling some of Dickerson's most notable comments. Dickerson was asked about Justin Haley's status, and he complimented Justin Haley's recent performance under pressure, but then admitted that that whole team has not met expectations this year. Dickerson said, quote, "There's pressure internally and externally that we all have to answer to and meet. It's no secret that Justin and that team, they just have not performed up to the expectations that we've set forth. That is something we're constantly discussing. How do we do better? How do we make this go better and faster and get more results? I think as we have evolved as a company, we are to a place where we have to meet those expectations. It's just not good enough for us to make it to the racetrack anymore or just kind of run 30th anymore." Yeah, after hearing those comments, and again, Jeff Dickerson was complimentary of Justin Haley. Justin Haley is absolutely on the hot seat. Daniel Suarez is the highest profile free agent on the market. He's currently a Chevy driver. While he has struggled the past couple of years with Trackhouse, he is a 2-time Cup Series winner. He won an Xfinity Series championship 9 years ago. On Power Hour this week, which again, I will link down in the description below if you'd like to check out the full episode, I asked Brennan Poole about where Daniel Suarez could go next year. Brennan, Daniel, pretty good friends off the racetrack. And Brennan seemed to buy the Suarez to Spire theory. So do you think Suarez stays in Cup, or is he better suited maybe focusing on positioning himself for 2027? What do you think?
Yeah, good question. I don't know. I feel like I just have a weird feeling, and I don't know any of this. This is just a thoughts, because I also like Justin Haley, but I think Daniel Suarez could be going to Spire. And I think he could be going to drive the 7 car. I feel like Daniel seems pretty confident that he's going to be back in a Cup car, maybe not a great Cup car. So it's like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah. Again, the Suarez to Spire rumors are just that. They're just a theory at this time. But I'd say it is a realistic rumor. If I'm comparing Daniel Suarez and Justin Haley, when it comes to driving talent, I think they're pretty even. I mean, if you look at the points right now, they're neck and neck. But when you consider all of the turnover Justin Haley has had to deal with, I'll give him a point there. But Daniel Suarez does have more experience. They actually have the same number of Xfinity Series wins for their career. Suarez has a championship, that's true, but Justin Haley also made a championship 4 appearance during his time at Kaulig years ago. So I think they're pretty even there. Where Daniel Suarez does have the advantage, and I've talked about this recently, Daniel Suarez looks the part. Big personality, recognizable sponsors, endorsements. He's been around. He's the only Mexican-born driver in the NASCAR Cup Series. I like Justin Haley, I do, but it's easy to forget he's on the racetrack sometimes if you're not watching closely. I want to be very clear. I think Justin Haley is a very solid Cup Series caliber driver. Shoot, Mark Martin last year endorsed Justin Haley, suggested he'd build a team around a guy like Haley. Unfortunately, Spire Motorsports is impatient. With their investors bought in, they demand immediate results. I don't know that Justin Haley's going to have the time to build the 7 team around him. The start of the year with Rodney Childers, it looked like the building blocks were in position, but then a wrecking ball came through 9 weeks in and Haley has had to start over, and that's very hard to do when you're still a young driver, new to this team, new to this situation. I think Justin Haley is a capable driver, but between the athletics report, recent rumblings, rumors, his seat may be hotter than ever. We'll see if Daniel Suarez swoops in and ends up driving the 7 car next year, but I certainly think it's a realistic theory right now, even if that's all it is currently, just a theory. Let me know down in the comment section below. Are you buying these Suarez to Spire rumors? Do you think Justin Haley stays with Spire for another year? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. That's all I've got for today's show, folks. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more NASCAR conversation, news, rumors, race reactions, interviews, and much more every day, every week, all year long. I greatly appreciate your generous support. We are closing in on 250,000 subscribers. Wow, what a journey. Really appreciate you guys. I guess we'll have to do something special. Man, I should probably start thinking about that. What should we do to celebrate if and when we hit that mark? Goodness gracious. Appreciate the support, y'all. I will talk to you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.